That's just awesome.
And we will find out whether we have one of those tight games here tonight as we will tip things off and follow the bouncing ball directly out of bounds. Possession to Seattle to start this basketball game. The RedHawks coming in at 3-1, fresh off a convincing win over Idaho State. And Stanford a perfect 4-0. The Cardinal took care of Louisiana 93-66 on Tuesday night. Cardinal opens and will play predominantly straight up man-to-man as you look at the Seattle starting five. Maldonado cut off by Benny Gieler, who's been a great story for Stanford. The first shot of the game is a three-pointer from Jun-Sok Yo.
Man, he just looked at him, jab, jab, looked him in the eye, knocked down a tough three to start the game.
Stanford starting five. We talked about Okorie and Okpara. Benny Gieler, a steady senior at the guard position. Aiden Kamen has taken a step forward for the Cardinal. And A.J. Rahosi, an impact transfer from, of all places, Claremont Mud Scripps, the basketball powerhouse. We have our first foul of the game. It'll be called on Huran Dan, one of 5 players from China on Division I rosters this season. We'll talk about the Asian infusion of talent on the Seattle program. It is significant as Okorie begins his night with his first point. And we talked about Okorie, Ashley, but 25.5 points a game. That's second in the entire nation. Add to that 4 rebounds, 3 assists. He's got 9 steals on the season. He has done everything for this Cardinal team as a true freshman.
And he's a 3-level threat, and that's what makes him so good. He can attack the rim. He has an explosive first step, and he plays with a great change of pace.
Seattle bigs are capable of stepping outside, particularly Yo, who hit that first three, and now it's Dan inside. So you see Huran Dan, who is, by the way, another of those Asian players who have come in and made a real impact. They've got players from China, they've got Korea and Japan on the roster, and there's a miss in close for Stanford, and back the other way we go. Will Heimbrodt, who missed the last game with a concussion, he's blocked by Okorie. Yeah, he can do that too.
Okorie got up there.
Yes, he did. In transition, Okpara missed the layup. So an opportunity there as Stanford runs the floor but cannot finish. I mentioned Heimbrodt, 6'7" player from San Anselmo, so local guy, as Seattle turns it over. Another look at Okorie.
That's 6'2" Okorie on 6'7" Heimbrodt. Man, Okorie just got up there, skies, and gets the block.
So 5-1 visitors here in the opening minutes. Stanford trying to find its footing. Okpara cut off baseline by Heimbrodt. Rahosi, right-hand jump hook. And this is, I think, one of the X factors for this Stanford team, Ashley, is A.J. Rahosi. He is athletic. He is a legit post presence. And I think that the coaches are still figuring out how good he can be at this level after transferring from Division III.
Oh, yeah, he was a superstar at the D3 level, came back to D1. What an amazing story, and really a huge piece for the Cardinal.
You've got Dan and Kamen, little hand fighting inside, and they'll call the foul on Kamen. And a quick entry for Cameron Grant, who came off the bench and knocked in 5 threes in the win over Louisiana. So Kyle Smith hoping for more instant offense from the redshirt sophomore. Catch and shoot Maldonado, and that is no good, but we've got a foul, and it's going to go the other way. Stanford looking to improve to 5-0 for the second straight season. The Cardinal hasn't accomplished that since 2000-2001. As Rahosi scores in tight again.
Again, Stanford taking advantage in the paint. They said that was an area that they wanted to attack against Seattle. They have the size advantage down there.
Inside out. And that's Malik Arrington cut off baseline, gives it up, and Dan is fouled. Another look at Rahosi going to work down low.
And Okorie just draws so much attention. He grabs 2 defenders down there in the corner. That's a great cut by Rahosi. Okorie finds him, easy layup.
And I think that's an underrated aspect of Okorie's game, at least in these first 4 games. You know about the scoring, you know about the defense, but the vision and the court sense.
And anytime he has the basketball in his hand, he's going to draw 1 to 2 defenders, maybe even 3 sometimes if he gets in the paint. And his floor vision and the ability to find his teammates is another reason that he's just so good. It's just a freshman.
As Huron Dan hits the first and hits the second. And he will take a seat in favor of Austin Maurer, a legit 7-footer out of Medford, Oregon. Okorie pulls the trigger, short with the 3, rebound to Yo. Heimbrodt goes to work on Okpara, pocket pass, that's pretty, but the shot from Maurer is errant, and here come the Cardinal again. Okpara has it knocked away by Maurer, and here comes Maldonado. No numbers, and he'll pull it back. Tough shot in tight, Cameron Grant with the rebound. So Maldonado finding life on the road, a little bit different, at least to this point in the ballgame. And Okpara turns it over for a second time. Ashley, this is the first road game of the season for Chris Victor and the RedHawks. How much does that matter, especially when you're used to playing in a gym that has a capacity of 999 and you come into Maples? Now, Maples isn't packed by any stretch, but this is a 7x times capacity gym that they're used to playing in.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a much bigger stage that they're on, and it changes the way you shoot the basketball. The depth perception in the gym is a little bit different, so it could take some time for the RedHawks to get a feel for the court.
Yo feeling it early on. That may be a bit of a heat check, but he missed it wide right. Ryan Agarwal has checked in for the Cardinal. Rahosi will face up. Baseline. Reverse layup, too strong. And here comes Arrington for Seattle. Malik Arrington. Maldonado. Catch and shoot 3 from Maurer is no good. The bigs will shoot it, and they're going to get another chance. Here's another catch and shoot 3, and Yo splashes another. So Junsuk Yo, hot start for Seattle.
And that's Heimbrodt with the ball in his hand. He draws the defense. Stanford gets a little too far over and help side, finds a wide open shooter in the corner.
2 early threes for Yo, the senior from Seoul, South Korea. And again, the only player from Korea on a Division I roster. It's a transfer from Gonzaga. Okorie, the drive, the deuce, and the damage. That'll take us to our first media timeout. Good start for Seattle, but Okorie making his presence felt, putting the ball on the deck and the finish. RedHawks by 3. So accurate.
Gives you something to fight for during the preseason.
Little bulletin board material. You don't need to look any further than Stanford for that, as a nice pocket pass and finish by Maurer for the flush. Stanford last year picked 17th in the ACC, finished 7th. This year, picked 17th in the ACC. The media didn't learn their lesson.
Like you said, a little material for the team to work for. Even myself as a player, we had a couple of seasons where we got picked low in the rankings. That was on every wall, every scouting report, always a reminder there.
Jeremy Dent-Smith has checked in for the Cardinal. Here's Okorie, whips a pass to Grant, catch and shoot 3, floating to his left. He wasn't set there, and it may have cost him. Quickly the other way, Maldonado. And they swing it to Maurer, and now Arrington. Shooter's going to keep shooting. And that time Maurer is long with the 3. Okorie got bumped, and See, he will learn, right? As great as he's been, that's a play where you feel the bump, and if you're Steph Curry, you throw it up to the rim and you're shooting two, but he passed the ball off, so it's ball out of bounds.
Right, and just plays with such great pace and tempo. He gets in there, cool, calm, and collected with the ball in his hand, takes the bump, able to draw the foul. And like you said, next time, just toss that up there, get to the free throw line.
Okpara up and under again. Got it to Kamen, who is fouled by Maurer. And Aiden will head to the free throw line. Seattle scores 83 points a game. So the RedHawks have put points on the board with regularity. The concern, I think, for Chris Victor has been at the other end of the floor and keeping a Stanford team that has scored more than 87 points a game at bay. One more look at Okpara. Passing out of the double team, big to big. Aiden Kamen, 6'10", 230, redshirt sophomore out of Andover, Massachusetts. Same region of the country from which both Okpara and Okorie hail from. We got 3 New Englanders in this Stanford rotation.
Shout out to the East Coast.
Arrington using the screen. And he is fouled underneath the rim. Den Smith didn't like the call. But that's Arrington's game. He has shot a grand total of 1 3-pointer so far this year. So, Ashley, this is his game right here.
Right, and then he just does a great job of not picking up the basketball. Feels the defense pushing on his hip towards the sideline, keeps his dribble, takes the contact, gets to the free throw line.
Trying to extend an early 3-point lead. And the 75% free throw shooter misses the first. Arrington transferring from Idaho State, so the last game for Seattle was a revenge game for Malik Arrington, if you will. He was an all Big Sky defensive player at Idaho State. And he makes 2, or excuse me, makes 1 of 2. Benny Gieler back in for the Cardinal. Rahosi as well. And here is Gieler, and now Agarwal. They'd like to get Agarwal going. He started the first game as we have a foul from Heimbrodt. Agarwal, upperclassman, redshirt junior, started the first game. I think he expected to be a fixture in the starting lineup, but he missed a game with illness, and he hasn't been able to really rediscover his footing to this point.
Well, and I mean, what a tool to have for Kyle Smith to be able to have an upperclassman with the skill that he has to come off the bench, comes in the game right away, gets a bucket. And
right on cue. And this is a guy who can score. He can do a little bit of everything. And if they can get him going, it's just another weapon for an offense that has already been a fairly well-oiled machine here in the early going.
Yeah, having a sixth man that can come off the bench and score the way that he can is really huge.
Heimbrodt misses the jumper. Den Smith in the front court for Stanford. Okpara wants it. He gets it. Nice find, Gieler. See if Rahosi goes to that jump hook again. He does, and he scores.
Easy money. I mean, he just gets to the middle of the court. Nice little touch there, floats it on in.
JoJo Murphy with a basketball, and he turned it over. Gieler picked his pocket. It's a 4-on-1 for Stanford. Okpara will finish.
What a nice pass, getting it out in transition, drops off the dime, throws it down.
The Cardinal very comfortable playing up and down, as is Seattle, but you certainly don't want to do it like that. And a near travel there from John Christophilus winds up a 3 from Heimbrodt. So it's not how you draw it up, but they'll take it.
It works. Got a bucket. Heimbrodt shooting 55% from the three-point line. Likes to get that one little dribble to the left, stop, and knock the 3 down.
And they really missed him in the last game when he was out with the concussion. Timeout on the floor as both teams are finding their sea legs offensively. 11:40 to go first half. Defense into offense. Benny Gieler, the spark plug. Chisom Okpara, the finisher. 18. But neither Kyle Smith nor Chris Victor cares a whole lot about those previous 6 games.
Yeah, it's all about right here, right now, who's going to come out on the winning side tonight.
Maldonado almost turned it over, but the RedHawks maintained possession, shot clock under 15. Nice backdoor cut. Christopoulos, that's a tough shot, and he buries it.
When Stanford's guarding the first option in Seattle's offense, but they have to be able to guard the second and the third option, and that's where Seattle's shots have come from so far.
I am guessing, though, if you offered Kyle Smith that shot on every Seattle possession, he would say, we're okay with that.
Good defense, even better offense.
There you go. Good matchup here up top with Gieler and Maldonado. Okorie comes to the scorer's table as A.J. Rahosi has 8 points.
Can we talk about how Benny Gieler just set an amazing screen down low that got him open? I mean, that's one of the littlest guys on the court, setting a big screen, gets his big man open.
And that is a guy, as Den Smith commits the foul, Benny Gieler, who absolutely had the attention of Chris Victor. I talked to him at shoot-around today, and he said Benny Gieler is the epitome of toughness, of smarts, of versatility in his game. He can beat you offensively, he can beat you defensively. We saw the steal a couple of moments ago, and that's playing out before our very eyes.
Yeah, and those are the small things that make a difference. Those are the things that win you basketball games.
Nice spin move by Dan, but Rahosi didn't foul him, went vertical, and gets the rebound. A.J. Rahosi kind of putting on a show here early. That's a kick, and it'll stay with Stanford. So Rahosi has 8 of the Cardinals' 17 points, and you look at the points in the paint, it's 14 for Stanford. Cardinal haven't hit a 3 yet. Agarwal's a guy who can shoot it, but he picks up his dribble and finds somewhere to go with it. Here's Okpara. Okpara, nice pass down low, and keep on adding to the tally.
I mean, he is just eating them up down low, having his way down there on the block, and Seattle doesn't have an answer for it yet.
They do not. And coaches are pretty smart. If something's working, they're going to keep going to it.
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Don't fix it, exactly. Nice pass from Dan to Heimbrodt. So Heimbrodt with another bucket. That gives him 5 points. Averaging 17 a game. Okpara strong to the tin and the finish.
Okpara fakes the handoff there, beats the defender, finishes nice touch off the glass.
So these teams on pace to play a game in the 80s, which is exactly where they've been throughout the season. And boy, Okorie thought he had position and took a charge from the 6'10", 230-pound Huron Dan. Let's take another look.
Yeah, it looks like he might have got there a little bit late.
A little bit late. They would. And Dan was able to, good body control, right? Get just enough to the left where he didn't hit him square on.
Yeah, try to avoid him. Clipped him on the side just a little bit. Okorie just a little bit late there.
So this would be Huron Dan's first free throw attempt of the season. And there you go. Seattle up 23-21. 9 minutes to go here. Oscar Hilte has checked in for the Cardinal as the ball is tipped out of bounds by Arrington. Hilte, another interesting story, one of 2 European players that Kyle Smith brought in with this recruiting class. He's a true post, shot blocker. Had some back issues early in the season, but he's healthy now.
Yeah, getting some good minutes for Kyle Smith as just a freshman. 2 blocks in their last game, so really a good piece down low.
Great pass by Gieler to Agarwal, and Hilte, the follow, no, but he's fouled. A nice rebound in traffic by the big fella.
Yeah, active on the offensive glass there gets good position down low for the O board, and just snatches it up over Maldonado, puts it back up, gets to the free throw line.
You can't teach height. Heimbrodt just 1 of 2 from the foul line on the season. See there from Bilzen, Belgium. He and Kristers Skrinda comes over from Latvia. Both going to be very interesting players as they get acclimated to college basketball.
Yeah, continuing to develop him, and both players getting pretty good minutes for their respective teams, and that type of stuff matters come postseason time, conference play. Getting these minutes right now is really big.
Well, and depth is not an issue for this Stanford team. You know, they have gone from a club that was, let's be honest, very Maxime Reynaud-centric as Heimbrodt scores for Seattle, to a team that we expected to be full-on by committee. We did not see the Ebuka Okorie show emerging in these first 4 games at 25 points a game. So they've still got one guy who's kind of leading the way, but a lot of contributors early on this Stanford team as Seattle forces a turnover, and the RedHawks will push. No foul on the play. There was some contact, but Heimbrodt cleans it up, and Okorie in the front court. Agarwal drive it. Looked like he got kind of caught in no man's land, but the ball is tipped out of bounds by Seattle, and it will stay with Stanford. Hey, the RedHawks giving the Cardinal all they were asked for here at home. 25-23, Seattle with the lead. We're back to Maples after this. Right now, he gets a well-earned breather as Stanford goes to its bench, and the ball is tipped out of bounds by Maldonado, who's been very active defensively. Quick hands. Or excuse me, by Arrington. And we have not a 5-second call, there's a foul away from the ball. Okay, so they get Junsuk Yo on a foul, and Stanford in the bonus, so Okpara is going to shoot 1-1.
That's a big call. Seattle likes to be scrappy, aggressive, get their hands in passing lanes, and for them Stanford already be in the bonus, they're going to have to be smart for the rest of this first half.
And Stanford is a really good free throw shooting team, with the exception of A.J. Rahosi, who's not on the floor right now, but as a team, Stanford is dynamite, 77% as Okpara hits both. Last year, they were 83% as a team. Best in school history. 25-25, good ball game here at Maples. Seattle and the Cardinal. Brock Felder with a basketball, and Okpara knocks it away. Felder tracks it down. Heimbrodt doing a nice job, D'ing up, big on big. And Yo is going to jack a contested 3, not close, and Gieler rips down the rebound. Oh, and there's a steal. It's a 3-on-1 in the front court. They go to the perimeter. Christofilis misses the 3. That was interesting, Ashley. I'm not sure that's the option that Chris Victor wanted on that.
Yeah, you got 2 guards down there in the paint. Take advantage of the 2-on-1.
Stanford gets the transition 3 from Cameron Grant, and he can't get it to go. So back-to-back miss jumpers, and we remain deadlocked. Again, Grant had the 5 threes against Louisiana on Tuesday night. Here's Maldonado. Spins on Gieler, and a block by Heimbrodt. Tremendous help defense. Here's Okorie, 1-on-1 in the front court. Step through and score it.
Get the big block on one in Heimbrodt, and then Okorie in transition is so electric. Gets a little Euro step, finishes at the rim.
That is how you draw it up. And Okorie's fired up defensively. Got called for a touch foul against Arrington, but here's another look.
Ooh, Heimbrodt, great help side defense, and then let Okorie get downhill in transition. You're in trouble. Nice little Euro step, finishes at the rim.
Substitutions for both teams. By the way, Ashley, there's 6:21 to go in this first half. Braden Maldonado has not scored.
I mean, Coach told us at shoot-around it was going to be about defense. They've got to pressure Seattle's guards, and so far Stanford's done a better job guarding the perimeter.
23 points a game. And nothing here tonight, 0 of 3 shooting. He's got the ball now. And RedHawks with a foul as he goes over the back of Austin Maurer. And Seattle will shoot free throws. Well, RedHawks been great at the offensive end. That was a mistake defensively.
Yeah, you can't get, he just gets caught behind there. You have to side deny that or get in front and know you have help side behind you. But either way, you just don't want to reach from behind like that.
It's the first foul on AJ. Maurer on the season, 0 for 6 from the foul line. We do love small sample sizes. And there it is. He's on the board.
Yeah, to start the season, you look at the numbers and they're a little skewed, only played a couple of games. Maybe look to last season to see what a player did. But, I mean, so far you've played 5 games and this is your sample size.
1 for 7 sounds a lot better than 0 for 6. And 2 for 8, even better than that.
So like the opposite of the broadcaster's jinx?
It's the reverse jinx, exactly. Miles Amos has checked in. Nice pass. RedHawks rejected at the rim by Heimbrodt. Stanford maintains possession, and he's rejected again by Heimbrodt. Boy, that looked like a terrific pump fake. He went up and under.
Just times it perfectly down there, and then you get RedHawks with the pump fake, help side from Heimbrodt, blocks it again. Whew.
That'll go on the Will Heimbrodt personal highlight reel for all eternity.
Well, and I think what's more impressive is he did it from help side. That wasn't even his man.
No, as Jeremy Dent-Smith knocks down the 3. First triple of the day for Stanford. Cardinal with its biggest lead at 30-27. There's a flyby and a 3 for Christophoulos, and he is fouled by Cam Grant.
That is the Cardinal sin in basketball. You don't want to foul a 3-point shooter. Great focus there by Christophoulos to take the bump and be able to still knock the shot down.
Pun intended, Cardinal sin?
Maybe a little bit.
Okay. Christophoulos 60% from the foul line, and he is good. So the 4-point play and a 3-point Stanford lead becomes a 1-point Stanford deficit.
Well, and that's been the difference in the game so far is the 3-point line. Seattle's 4 for 9 from 3. Stanford only 1 from 4.
Evan Stinson, he can knock it down, but instead he goes to RedHawks. Gieler, the open shooter. The rainbow 3 is no good, and Maldonado with the rebound. It's a tough cover for Dent-Smith on Heimbrodt. Nice find, Amos, Maurer, and that's just good ball movement all around.
Yeah, Seattle does such a good job of that. They attack the paint, collapse the defense, and then kick out to the open person and attack again. So you've got to be able to guard their secondary options.
RedHawks 15.5 assists per game. They've got 5 here tonight. Gieler missed another 3, so Stanford continues to struggle from deep. Another good pass, but Christophoulos, you can see the anguish on his face as he knows he has had an easy layup if he catches the ball. Okorie and Okpara back in for Stanford, down by 3 as we approach the 4:20 mark of this first half. Den Smith, who just hit the three-pointer, guarded by JoJo Murphy. And Okorie, who's been relatively quiet, almost turned it over. Quick hands there on the defensive end by Arrington. Okpara, we'll call that a pass off the backboard for Rahosi. And he missed the shot. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. How about the ball fake by Yo? Loose ball picked up by Okpara. RedHawks do get back defensively. Good screen by Chisom. Okorie no good on the jumper, and here comes Seattle. So Stanford right now just not shooting it. JoJo Murphy tried the pass in traffic, and Okpara again. So matching turnovers back and forth these last few possessions. Evan Stinson will shoot the 3, and that is good.
Exactly, just a little easy screen and roll action at the top. You find your open shooter in the corner. Easy basketball. Keep it simple right now for Stanford.
First 3 of this season for Stinson, who missed the first few games with injury. Now trying to D up the 7-footer Maurer. He poked it out of bounds. And that will take us to the under 4 media timeout. 2:46 to go in this first half. Evan Stinson, the corner triple, and it's 33-33 here at Maples.
Open shooters, we kind of talked about Stanford being able to guard their secondary option. Can't trade 2s for 3s.
And tough place to have to inbound from in the corner there. Benny Gieler did a nice job of bothering Arrington and forced to call the timeout. I think the other thing that jumps out to me is Stanford has been proficient at turning over its opponents, almost 18 a game. That's second in the ACC, and I know Chris Victor was really concerned about that. And you know what? His team has done a terrific job taking care of the basketball, just 2 turnovers so far.
Yeah, I mean, you got to take care of the ball.
Sorry, 5 turnovers. So.
Still, not bad. Not bad at all. But you want to take care of the basketball. Possessions. Possessions are huge. And in a game like this where it's tied, you know, forcing in the second half, if it comes down to the wire, possessions are going to be so important. You got to take care of the basketball.
So Arrington's going to try it again from the same spot. And this time he gets it into Heimbrodt, and Agarwal pokes it out of bounds. So a near turnover right on cue. And Okorie's off the floor again for the Cardinal. As is, no, Okpara's back on the floor. Heimbrodt spins on Okpara, hangs and misses badly. Shot clock was about to expire, so he had to chuck that one up. Dual point guards for the Cardinal with Gieler and Den Smith. Agarwal can handle as well. Shot clock down to 10. JoJo Murphy doing a nice job defensively on Den Smith. Okpara wants it. Okpara's got it, and Okpara buries the straightaway 3.
Again, the screen and roll action draws the double team. The one more pass. Stanford does a great job at that. Okpara knocks down the 3.
So the Cardinal back up by 3, 36-33. Murphy into the paint, and you're not going to win that battle. Hilte with another swat out of bounds. And you know, JoJo Murphy's an interesting player for this Seattle team. And here's a guy who a year ago at Chico State was 21 points a game. He was the man. But now you come to a situation where you have to adapt to being a complimentary scorer. And Chris Victor said that has definitely been somewhat of a struggle for him.
Hey, All-American at the D2 level. You come D1, it's just a different type of basketball. Stanford gets the turnover here.
Okpara with the turnover and the transition opportunity, and then Heimbrodt says, I block shots too.
It's great hustle there, getting back, transition defense, turnover, you get back and get the big block. Heimbrodt just has such a great feel for the basketball.
And without fouling. I mean, that's tough in that situation. Okpara up and under, runs into Hilte. Boy, I thought he might have got away with a little mini travel there, but count the bucket.
Pump fake, defense flies by.
Chis loves the pump fake. Maldonado, and the eraser does it again. Hilte and Heimbrodt just back and forth with the blocks.
They're just taking turns down there. Again, that's help side defense. Hilte helps out Gieler, skies up and sends that flying out of bounds.
The law firm of Hilte and Heimbrodt with a veritable block party on a Friday night. Maldonado catch and shoot, and finally, with 1:08 to go in the first half, he's got his first points.
Yeah, and that's more of his game. Coming off the dribble, stops, hits the leaner jumper. If he's going to get in the paint like that, he's got to pump fake.
Dan Smith to the corner. Good closeout by Maldonado. Dan Smith drive it. Tried to dish to Hilte, but it's broken up, and now Seattle will push. Tough pass. Intercepted by Agarwal. No numbers, but Ryan will step through and turn it right back over. And now we've got a run-out opportunity. Brock Felder lay it up and in.
That's a tough break there for Stanford. Not necessarily the play you want if you're Agarwal. You got two defenders, bring it out, shot clock's running down, get a good shot. That's a tough one, tough break there.
Cardinal will play for the final shot of the half. Shot clock is off. Den Smith caught off by Arrington. Now Jeremy's gonna have to step back and launch. No problem.
That works, right? That works.
Just like Kyle Smith drew it up. The end of half magic from Jeremy Dent Smith on their shooting stroke there toward the end. And again, we'll see if that carries over here into half number 2. We'll also see if that guy, Ebuka Okorie, picks up his scoring. A little surprising to see him with just 6 points after averaging 25.5 a game through the first 4. Uses a Kamen screen. Mismatch. Okorie recognizes, he draws the foul, and will go to the line.
Yeah. And I like Stanford going straight to him out of the half. Pretty quiet first half. I mean, for a regular player, you might be like, okay, 6 points, but for one of the best scorers in the nation, only 6 points. We're not used to seeing that from him. So I really like Kyle Smith going to him right out of halftime, getting him to the free throw line. You knock down a free throw. Sometimes that opens up the floor.
And we look at the last season recap of this Cardinal team. And remember, again, picked 17th in the ACC. They finished 7th. They were above 500 in conference. They won 21 games. 17 wins here in this building matches a program record. Not bad for a team that nobody expected anything of in its first year under a new coach.
And then Kyle Smith, what was the Pac-12 Coach of the Year. I mean, what he's done so far in his just 2 seasons here at Stanford has been so impressive.
Impressive is the right word to describe Kyle Smith in every aspect of the job. And impressive there from Huron Dan as he follows his own miss and scores.
Quick little bunny, aggressive on the offensive glass, and steals 2 points.
By the way, that foul on Yo at the other end is his 3rd. So we'll keep an eye on that. Okpara going to work in the low block.
And that time, just enough on the pump fake, gets Heimbrodt up and then goes around him and finishes.
Okpara quietly with 13 points to lead Stanford. Heimbrodt beats Rahosi to the rim. Missed the shot, rebound Stanford. And here they come. Okorie. Floater off the glass and count it.
The touch that he has finishing in transition. Once he gets downhill, you're in trouble at that point.
He's heating up. And that's going to be ball out of bounds to Stanford.
Attack the middle, gets the defender on his heels, puts it right off the glass. Beautiful finish.
Great body control. Just another of the tremendous assets that this young man possesses. His bag of tricks is substantial.
When he hangs in the air just long enough to let the defender go by and still able to finish.
Tried the wraparound, knocked out of bounds off of Dan, so it'll stay with Stanford. And again, the storyline we talked about at the start of the game, Okorie, 4 games at Stanford, 20-plus points in all 4. The first freshman to do that for the Cardinals since Brooke Lopez in 2007. No freshman has ever scored 20 points in 5 straight games here at Stanford.
Well, and I think as good of a freshman that he is, he's still a freshman. And so what he's done so far in his first few games, he's drawing more defenders. He's drawing more attention. People are going to watch film on him, scout how he plays, his tendencies, and what he likes. And so now he's going to have to pivot, shift, and move, learn how defenses are going to play him, and then attack them in a different way.
He's up to 11 points now, and I think that's an excellent point. We've seen evidence of that tonight. Obviously, he has now quickly become the focal point of every opposing coach's scouting report. They actually missed one, but Stanford gets the offensive rebound. And Okorie going right back to work. Nice defense there by Arrington. Okpara up and under, missed the shot, and Rahosi will give him another possession. AJ, good footwork, and gets the shooter's bounce.
AJ Rahosi has had his way on that block. He's so patient down there. Seattle, again, has just not had an answer for him. I'd like to see Stanford continue to force the issue down there.
That's 12 for Rahosi, 1 shy of his Stanford high of 13. Sidestep and a foul on a 3 on Kamen. So the second time tonight, a Stanford player fouls a Seattle player on a 3-point attempt. The last time, Cameron Grant was the guilty party, and it wound up a 4-point play. This time the bucket wasn't good, but you've got Jun-Suk Yo with 3 free throws.
Well, you just got to be disciplined there, right? If you're a coach, you're okay with that shot. He's shooting a floater 3, leaning to his left. If he knocks that down, hey, that's good defense, even better offense, but you don't want to put a 3-point shooter at the line like that.
I don't think Kyle Smith cared for the call, by the way. It was on the ticky-tack side. First free throw is no good. So Seattle last year, it's first in the WCC, kind of a mixed bag, 8-8 in conference, under 500 overall. But again, when you talk about the WCC, you know the deal going in. You got Gonzaga, you've got St. Mary's, and you've got to contend with the 2 behemoths at the top every year. It's also been a much improved conference, I think, the last few years. And early returns this year, Santa Clara looks really good early on. USF has had a nice run these last couple of years. So I think the WCC is definitely getting better.
Yeah, and on any given night, any team can come out with a win. Really got to show up as your best self in that conference.
Off the Okorie miss. Here come the RedHawks. Kamen, good job keeping his feet. Arrington throws up a wild shot over Okorie, not close, and Kamen with another rebound for Stanford. Cardinal with its biggest lead of the day, 50-41, and looking to add to that. Kamen wants it, he's got it, faces up, triple teamed, and gets to the line. I guess sometimes you just say, I'm going to shoot this thing, I'm putting my head down, and whatever will be, will be.
Yeah, Kamen has 3 defenders around him and somehow still able to get himself to the free throw line. Rahosi was right there on the block. At that point, when you see your big man with the ball, kind of step to that little short corner area, get out of his way, let him work a little bit, because now his defender's right there and help side doesn't have to move.
Okorie will take a breather, and Jeremy Dent-Smith returns. He's got a couple of threes tonight, including that impressive launch to beat the first half buzzer. And another offensive rebound. However, Okpara a little too feisty, and he gets called for the foul. First foul on Okpara. RedHawks down 10 with the ball, trying to regain some of that momentum they had early on. They actually led for most of the first half. And that guy was a big part of it, Will Heimbrodt. Going to work on Chisom Okpara, and that is good footwork by the big fella.
Rahosi, Heimbrodt, I mean, the way that they pump fake and keep themselves under control in the paint is so impressive right there. Just being patient, taking what the defense gives you and finishes.
AJ's got it. The double does not come, but he passes out anyway, and there's a near steal by Malik Arrington. Okpara, and the travel we thought we saw earlier, we certainly saw right there. So a turnover by the big fella, and that takes us to break. 15:58 remaining here at Maples.
And when we talked to Kyle Smith at shoot-around, he told us that they like to take teams out of what they like to do, i.e. Braden Maldonado filling up the stat sheet. So they've done a really good job defensively, holding him one of the best scorers in the nation right now.
What is the danger, Ashley, when you are a scorer and you don't score 25 minutes into a game to start pressing?
It's easy to get in your head, right? I haven't scored. I need to force the issue. Well, no, you pick it up on the other end, play defense, get to the free throw line. Those are the small things that you do to get yourself back in a rhythm. Speaking
of small things, that was a block from behind by Ebuka Okorie. That's his second block of tonight's game. Contributing in so many ways. Dent Smith looking for help. He gets it from Aiden Kamen. Shot clock is at 10. And number 10 under the hoop. Back to Kamen. Catch and shoot three. No good. Kamen doesn't shoot a lot of those. That's just his 6th three-point attempt this year. He's made 2 of them. Maldonado, and that's looked like it might be a carry, but I guess he got bumped. Under 15 to play here at Maples. Stanford clinging to an 8-point lead. And Heimbrodt, I don't know if that was blocked by Okpara, but it's going to be out of bounds right back to Seattle.
Well, this has been a fun matchup to watch all evening. Heimbrodt and Okpara down there in the paint banging.
That wasn't blocked. He just missed it 5 feet short. But it did go out of bounds off of Okpara, so Seattle with another shot. Arrington deflected by Kamen, and a transition opportunity. Here's Agarwal. Okpara on the wing, blocked out of bounds by who else? Will Heimbrodt. That's his 4th block of the night.
They are trading blows down there. Heimbrodt gets back, just sends it, pins it on the glass. It's not my house.
And it's such a skill to do that over and over as Gieler. Did he bank that in from the corner?
From the corner?
That looked like a physical impossibility, what just happened.
That is probably the most high level of difficulty shot to make on a basketball court. And I don't know if he did that on purpose.
Did he call, if this were horse, you have to call that. Heimbrodt keeps his pivot foot. And a miss by Maldonado and an over the back against Hussein Dan. We're going to take another look to make sure this actually happened. There's the shot. Yeah, it kissed off the glass.
He shot that like he's done it before, so maybe that was on purpose.
And knowing Benny, I'm sure he has done it before. In fact, knowing Benny, he might work on that. Gives Stanford its biggest lead, 54-43. And a travel by Agarwal, is that the call? Yeah. So Ryan Agarwal still trying to get his legs under him after the illness early in the season. But again, this is a good player who is really going to help this team once he gets right and just give them another weapon at both ends of the floor.
And we're playing a lot of basketball early on, so you forget that the season just started. Teams are still finding their footing, learning how to play off of each other. All of that stuff is going to come with time.
Well, how about that drop pass by Arrington, and it sets up Dan to get fouled. Kind of a wraparound pocket pass. That's high degree of difficulty.
Yeah, somehow threads the needle through there, gets the ball through, and Dan just patient, lets the defense fly on his back. Free throw line.
So Dan, who came in without a free throw make this season, made his first three before that. And Oscar Hilte returns for the Cardinal. He of the 3 block shots here tonight. Dan hits the second. Maldonado's a little gimpy here. There's a hitch in his giddy up as he retreats defensively. There's a steal by Arrington, a race in the front court. Arrington knocks it out of bounds. The officials looking at each other, palms to the sky. Neither one has any idea who it's off of. I'm fairly certain the ball went off of Arrington. I think he just tripped. And we'll get another look at it. If this isn't a foul on Okorie, and I don't think it is.
Yeah, it looks like Arrington almost kind of wrapped around his leg.
Yeah,
and
the
lost
feet
his
got
footing.
tangled.
Yeah,
but
you love it because you want to get the call right, and
being
able to go back and check and make sure is so important.
Absolutely. Some backcourt pressure now for the RedHawks as Maldonado is trying to make Okorie's life difficult, probably because the shot clock is winding down, and I'm not entirely sure why. As Okorie's blocked at the rim, but there was a change of possession. Why was there the shot clock at 10 when they inbound? Anyway, Christopoulos missed the 3, and will settle things down at the 13-minute mark of the second half. Hilte over the back commits the foul. We may have to consult the digital rule book. And again, this is new this season as Hilte steals the inbound. So there you go. You commit the foul, you get the ball right back. Okpara, top of the key. Agarwal gets downhill, and he's blocked at the rim. The blocks are coming fast and furious tonight. Agarwal reloads, corner 3 is short, and Hilte very much over the back of Heimbrodt, and he commits his second foul in about 35 seconds.
Seattle's just all over the glass tonight. They are blocking so many shots down there in the paint.
And that was a big question that Chris Victor had heading into this game. How would his team deal with the physicality of Stanford? And so far, I would say they've acquitted themselves quite well.
And they've handled it on the defensive end, doing a really good job. But now offensively, they got to get something going.
And that's a tough shot by Yo, the 18-foot two-pointer, and he missed it. And Stanford, which has been a little stagnant here the last couple of possessions. Okorie trying to change all that. No, Agarwal got the rebound, and we're going to get a tie-up. Possession arrow is Seattle. So a nice job by Ryan Agarwal, knifing to the basket to snatch that offensive rebound, and had a pretty good look at the putback, and he just missed it. Okorie just 3 of 8 from the floor. He does have 11 points, 5 of those coming from the charity stripe. Again, the subplot here tonight is Okorie trying to get that 20-point mark for the 5th straight game. Become the first Stanford freshman ever to do so.
And the way that he scores the basketball, that is certainly not off the table.
Not even a little.
11 points, it's been a quiet 11, but it is absolutely still on the table with the way that he can score and score in a hurry.
And the fact that he is proficient from the foul line and a guy who will have the ball in his hands more often than not down the stretch if the game is still close. Right now he gets a breather, and Jeremy Dent-Smith returns for Stanford. Malik Arrington with it. Nice defense by Gieler. Amos Retrieves the basketball, he'll back it out. And an errant pass, here comes Evan Stinson leading the Cardinal break. Gieler on the wing, stop and pop for three. Benny Gieler knocking it down again.
The confidence to come down in transition, stop on a dime and knock down the three, that's super tough by Gieler.
I mean, this is a kid who has come so far in 4 years at Stanford. He was a walk-on, earned some minutes his second season, earned a lot of minutes last year, became one of the important sort of role players on this team led by Maxime Reynaud. Now he's a starter and a lockdown shooter. Here's Dent Smith, and he can't net his third three, but Okpara, how about the offensive rebound? Oh, Benny. Didn't get the roll. Evan Stinson, nice effort for the offensive board, but Benny Gieler making it rain for the Cardinal at one end. As Evan Stinson starts the break, Stanford opening up its lead. It's now 13, 57-44.
In the last 2:41, got to do a better job of taking care of the ball. Again, we talked about it earlier, possessions are huge. You got to be able to get good shots within your offense. If you turn the ball over, you don't even give yourself a chance.
And true to form, Jeremy Dent Smith errant on the three, so the drought continues for Stanford. Seattle, meanwhile, shooting just 18% from the floor since halftime. That'll help as Yo gets in close and lays it up and in. Still plenty of time in this game, 10:30 and change, but if you're Seattle, you want to maintain contact. Right now they're down by 11. Stinson, quick trigger on the three, missed it badly. So Stanford won for its last 9 from the floor. And a bad pass is intercepted by Gieler. Benny, no numbers, so he'll wait for his mates.
That's a good job there, recognizing you don't have numbers, pull it out, get a set, and get a good shot.
Nice pass inside, and another block by Heimbrodt against Heilte.
Will Heimbrodt is a ball magnet. I mean, if a shot is going up, he's going to come flying from one side of the court and get his hand on it.
And Heilte fouls Heimbrodt. So honestly, I think what needs to happen is after this game, the fans clear the gym, and we bring those two back. Heilte and Heimbrodt play one-on-one. I want to watch that.
This has just been such a fun matchup. The athleticism of Will Heimbrodt on defense. The smaller defender still able to get up, and like we've said all night, to do it without fouling is such a skill.
Heimbrodt 17 points a game. He's got 9 tonight, trying to add to that from the foul line. But again, it's the defensive effort that has really made everybody sit up and take notice. He's got 6 blocks. 6.
I had to do a double take
Yeah,
that
I
on
know,
the
right?
stat sheet.
And he made both free throws, so the deficit back to single digits, 57-48. And this is where I think maybe you look for Okorie to try to force the issue a little bit and either score or get to the line.
And this is where he has to not be a freshman, be aggressive, want the basketball in his hands and go attack.
Yeah, I don't think he knows he's a freshman. I don't think that's a problem. He's got such a good head on his shoulders. I actually got to spend some time talking with him today. Really, really impressive young man. As for these Seattle RedHawks, look, this is, I think, a program on the rise. Not a large undergraduate population, just over 4,000, just getting their feet wet in the WCC. And of course, you think basketball in Seattle U, you think Elgin Baylor, you think movies in Seattle U, and you think Clint Eastwood. But Chris Victor doing a real nice job with this program, ushering in the transition to the West Coast Conference. 83-54, now in his 5th year.
3 straight 20-win seasons. I mean, that is not an easy thing to do.
No, and in fact, they haven't done that at Seattle U since the 1950s. Okpara will drive it. He'll force the issue, no. And we have a whistle and a foul underneath. And I believe that is going to send Okpara to the line. And if that's on Yo, it's his 4th. Boy, that's rough. You take an elbow to the chops and you get whistled for the foul.
Tough break there, but I mean, that just shows the strength and physicality of Okpara. When he gets in the paint, that's a big body. You can't let him get down there to a spot on the block. Don't let him catch the ball down there. You do, it's bad business down there.
He is a load at 6'8", 240, and you talked about it earlier, how he was a strong dude and well put together last season, but he spent this offseason chiseling that body even further, or should I say chisoming that body even further, although he just missed 2 free throws. And how about the play underneath by our man, Ebuka Okorie, chasing down the loose rock and throwing it out of bounds off a Seattle player.
What a heads-up play there. Steals an extra possession for his team. So smart. Such a young player, but so smart, wise beyond his years.
Stanford, one of its last 10 from the field, and the 2 missed free throws by Okpara. So Cardinal, even though they've got a lead, they need a bucket. Rahosi to Gieler on the perimeter. Up and under, nice defense by Maldonado. Benny will launch from 30, in and out, no. The bank from the corner was a way harder shot. As we approach the 9-minute mark, we've got a 9-point game here at Maples. Harrington, drive and kick. Amos for 3, and that is just the second 3-point attempt of the season for Miles Amos.
I mean, he knocks it down when his team needed it the most. Knocked the 3 down in their last game as well. That's a big shot. That could be something that opens the offense up for Seattle.
He's shooting 100% for the year. He's 2 for 2. We got a 6-point game, Ashley. Here's Kamen into a double team. Tough pass to Okorie. Catch and shoot 3. No good. And whistle and a foul underneath. And that's going to be against Malik Arrington, as Kamen just had too much of a size advantage.
Shot goes up. Trying to box out, but I mean, that's just a big body. You can't really do much about that when you let him get that low under the hoop.
No, I mean, that's 6'3" on 6'10", and those things will happen. Cardinal desperately need a bucket, though. Gieler, Rahosi. And AJ missed from in close. There is a lid on that basket. .805 to play. Don't have to guard Dan out there. You do have to guard Maldonado, even though he's been cold tonight. Opposite corner, catch and shoot, air ball, and Rahosi saved it. Nice job. Okorie picks up his dribble at the elbow, and now back to the perimeter. So Seattle doing such a great job here defensively. Gieler, opposite corner. Okorie got the flyby. Wide open 3. They need it. They didn't get it. And Seattle with another rebound. Outlet Christophilus. And he scores off window. We got a 4-point game.
And just like that, it happens fast. You have a couple of missed shots on one end. Seattle comes down on the other and takes advantage.
So timeout Kyle Smith, as he's got to find somebody who can put the ball in the bucket.
Athletic, and that can bother a guard who's a little bit on the shorter side. So it's been interesting to see how Stanford's defense has bothered Seattle's guards.
Now Stanford desperately in need of an offensive answer. We'll see what Kyle Smith dials out of a timeout. They wanted the backdoor to Gieler. It wasn't there. And Kamen just double dribbled. So that's the last thing you want when you are 1 for your last 14 and you're coming out of a timeout.
Right, it's out of a timeout. That's the biggest thing. Execution out of a timeout is huge. You never want to have a turnover. It's almost like a wasted timeout. Got to do a better job executing and getting the look that they were going for.
Stanford hasn't scored in more than 4.5 minutes, and it's allowed Seattle to creep back in this game. And there's a pass to a wide open Dan, and Rahosi denies him at the rim and gets called for the foul.
Now it's just late rotation there. You have two guys on the ball, and then Rahosi's just there a little bit late. I like the aggressiveness on the block, but he gets there just a half a second late, and it results in the foul.
So, Huron Dan back to the foul line, where he has been a lot today. These will be free throws 6 and 7. Dan averages only 3.5 points a game. That is his 11th point here tonight. So we talked about the guards struggling for Seattle, but you know what? They're only down 3. That means somebody's got to be providing offense, and it's been the bigs.
Yeah, Dan and Yo have both done an impressive job tonight of scoring.
And there is the answer finally from Benny Gieler off the penetration by Ebuka Okorie.
Benny Gieler loves those corner 3 balls.
Decided to play that one straight up and not shoot it off the window. The lead back to 6. Gieler with 9 for the Cardinal. Arrington, not a three-point shooter, cut off by Okorie. And he scores in close. So right on cue, we talked about the guards not contributing offensively. One of them scores a big bucket.
That's a tough make there for Arrington in the paint.
Almost a turnover by Okorie, and there's a foul at the rim as Dan and Okpara collide. Hopefully Chiz is okay. That pass was almost intercepted, but it got through, and Okpara did the rest.
Dan goes in there, no fear. He's ready to throw that ball down at the rim. Takes the contact, hits the floor hard, gets to the free throw line.
Okpara is a good free throw shooter, but he did miss both the last time he went to the line. And anyhow, has missed 3 in a row. And Ashley, at what point does that start to get in your head a little bit? Even for the good foul shooters.
I mean, it's tough, and as time winds down, this is a team that shoots 76% from the free throw line normally, struggling tonight from the free throw line.
Big time, 11 of 18, and that one stays down, so now 12 and 19. And it's a 2-possession game again. We're under 6 minutes here at Maples, and this is very much an open question. Okpara the near, or Okorie rather, the near steal. Yo thought about it. Now he'll drive it and swatted away by Okorie. It's a foot race. Ebuka, layup with a left hand is good.
Defense to offense, playing Arrington straight up.
Drive and kick, Yo for 3, counted for the RedHawks.
That's his 3rd 3 tonight.
The first 2 came early. That one, the biggest of the bunch. 4-point game. Boy, look at Okorie backing down his man. I don't love that shot, however, as it's rebounded by Yo, and here comes Seattle. Well, they're going to dare Arrington to shoot it, and just like Miles Amos, Arrington is now 2 for 2 on the season shooting threes.
Not necessarily his game, but the senior, he knows his team needs that 3, and he knocks it down.
63-62. How will Stanford handle the adversity? Gieler with 10 to shoot. He's got a big on him. Benny back to the perimeter. Okpara blocked by Heimbrodt. Okpara got it back, but it's a shot clock violation. Did not hit iron, and that would be block number 7 for Will Heimbrodt.
I mean, Will Heimbrodt might mess around and have a double-double with blocks, but right here, what a huge shot by Arrington. That's not necessarily his bag, but he finds a way to knock it down.
Well, this is definitely danger time for the Cardinal. Once up by 13. A 6-0 run by Seattle has made it a 1-point game, and obviously the RedHawks can take a lead with a bucket here on this possession as we approach the 4-minute mark. Heimbrodt intercepted by Dent Smith.
Stanford just 2 of their last 13 field goals. They really need to get a bucket here.
Okorie's on the bench. Okpara spinning to get it to Dent Smith. Kamen wants it on the block. It's Rahosi. AJ. Dump it down. Big to big. Kamen fouled. And we'll go to the line when we return. Strap yourselves in. We got a barn burner at Maples. Stanford 63, Seattle 62. 3 minutes, 40 seconds remaining. Friday night basketball on the farm. Stanford 0-6 all time. Stanford looking for 5-0 starts in back-to-back seasons, and Kamen misses a free throw. It just seems like nothing is going right for the Cardinal in about the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, and we're getting to a point where it's going to be winning time here soon.
Misses
Somebody's got to
both.
step up. Yeah, that's tough.
And you know who's not on the floor for Stanford? Ebuka Okorie.
Yeah.
Heimbrodt has it, top of the key. Off a screen, it is Yo. Missed the 3 badly, and here come the Cardinal. Okorie at the scorer's table, so he'll be in next dead ball. Kamen is mugged by Heimbrodt. And that's going to send Aiden Kamen right back to the foul line, which was not kind to him 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, right here, you just got to step up, get there with confidence, take a deep breath, knock down a shot.
67% from the line coming in. But tonight, he's 2 for 6. Kamen, sophomore from Andover, Mass, and he hits the front end. That's a big one. Okorie back on the floor. And it looks like Cameron Grant will check in for Kamen should this free throw go down. It does, and he will. So a small sigh of relief from the Cardinal faithful, who are getting a little nervous here at Maples.
I mean, no time to fret. We have tons of time left in this game. And it's just simple. Take care of the ball, get great shots, and defend.
You make it sound simple. Maurer, who hadn't been on the floor in 20 minutes, scores in tight, and it's a 1-point game.
It sounds a lot easier than what it actually is.
Jeremy Dent Smith running the point. See if Okpara tries to take it to the rim. Working on Heimbrodt. Chiz up and under. Here's Okorie. Corner 3. No. Rebound Heimbrodt. Okorie is 0 for 5 from three-point land tonight.
Normally a 42% three-point shooter, but it happens to the best of us. You have those off nights. How are you going to impact the game in other ways?
Well, right there, he fouled Arrington on a basket, and Seattle has the lead and a free throw.
Malik Arrington, normally a playmaker, but he's taking the ball head on tonight. Hit some big, big shots tonight for the RedHawks.
Seattle down 13 midway through the half, has come all the way back to take the lead. And the free throw is good. So Stanford now down 2 as Gieler returns. Well, this is the first real test for the Cardinal this season, 4-0. Heavily favored to go 5-0, but this is why they play the game. Okorie around a screen by Rahosi. Okpara, he'll drive it. Chiz blocked at the rim. Rahosi got the rebound, and the ball's blocked out of bounds. And I tell you what, the story of this game, Ashley, is Seattle's interior defense.
Another blocked shot. I mean,
He's a machine.
What can you say at this point? I mean, so skilled down there.
2 minutes to play. Cardinal down 2, and they are 2 for their last 15 from the field. Okorie, hesitation move, drive, missed the shot in close, rebound Maurer, and they can't get anything at the rim.
And right there, you got 3 guys standing around the perimeter. You see a shot go up. Everybody should be crashing the glass and have one back for defensive purposes. You got to give yourself a second chance opportunity at the rim.
Well, this is a massive defensive possession for the Cardinal, and that is the last thing they wanted to have happen. A wide open bucket underneath for the MVP of this game, Will Heimbrodt. Okorie turns the corner, layup, no, foul. He'll go to the line.
Just a heads-up play there by Okorie. Gets in the paint, hangs, able to draw some contact, and you give yourself an opportunity to score with the clock stopped.
Of course, the foul line has not been kind to the Cardinal for the first time this season. Okorie's free throw is good. They're now 15 for 24 as a unit. Minute 22 on the clock. And Okorie hit both. So he's got 15. 2-point game. And Stanford needs to lock in defensively. RedHawks are going to, I would imagine, kill some clock here. Heimbrodt. Nice pocket pass inside, and Yo with the finish. I mean, it's a tale of 2 interior defenses. And this wasn't a problem, Ashley, for Stanford in the first half. But in the second half...
Oh, I mean, Okorie's your guy, right? You want the ball in his hands. But I think if he gets downhill, can get to the basket and drop it off to a big, that's a way for them to get a bucket down low.
And that's what they try. Instead, it's Okpara. Step back 3 straight away. He knew it was off. Chases down his own rebound. Goes up and under. And another rejection and a foul by Okpara. And that sums it up right there.
Yeah, I mean, that's the story for the evening. The way that Seattle has been able to block shots down low. I don't know if that's necessarily the shot you're looking for, but I love that he follows, crashes the glass. But I mean, just even better defense right there. They get the block.
That is, it says officially 9 blocks for Seattle, but it feels like 19.
Yeah.
And Okorie's a little gimpy too, which is obviously the worst thing for Stanford. And so Maldonado, who has been silent tonight, their leading scorer at 23 a game, that is his 3rd point.
And I think that shows you how good of a team Seattle is with their depth. Their leading scorer is, you know, struggling tonight. You have Heimbrodt 13, Yo has 15, Dan has 11. I mean, up and down the score sheet, they've done it as a unit.
Stanford has scored 10 points in the last 10 minutes. 40 in the game. Got to have a basket. Got to have it quick. Gieler. Cam Grant. Okpara. Drive, kick. Okorie. Somebody's got to shoot the 3. Instead, Dent Smith, he contested 2, and it's no good. And again, that pretty much sums it up. 22 seconds left.
I mean, just that sequence right there, the offense just feels a bit out of sorts for Stanford tonight. They really have struggled to get into a rhythm, and I think you got to credit the defense of Seattle.
It appeared that nobody wanted to take the shot.
Yeah, I mean, they swung it across, one more pass. It touched Okorie. You think that he would maybe want to take that shot, but on a night where he struggled, he passes it up, and, you know, Dent tries to make something out of nothing, and it just doesn't go down.
Maldonado, free throw good, and one more look at the sequence. Gieler under the hoop. Benny knows he's good at math. He knows you kind of need a 3 here down by 6. So they're looking for it. And Dent Smith instead drives it, missed the shot. Rest is history. And this one is all but over. It's an 8-point game with 20 seconds to go. Okorie off window is good. Timeout. And it's a 6-point game, but 16 seconds. It's unlikely. Barring on Thanksgiving Day. So a Big Ten opponent coming up for the Cardinal, but they got some work to do after this one. As Heimbrodt gives it up, and Stanford not fouling. Boy, they let 4.5 seconds go off the clock there. You know, this is... With Stanford, you look at it on the surface and you say they've got 11 returning players, and you think, okay, this is an experienced group that is used to playing with one another. However, you consider that Okorie, who's been their most important player in the early going, is a freshman. Jeremy Dent-Smith, who has been an important role player, often with the ball in his hands, is a transfer. A.J. Rahosi, who is one of their important post players, is a transfer. So there's still an acclimation process with this group, and I think we've seen that tonight.
Yeah, well, it takes time. You learn how to play with each other, play off of each other. That kind of stuff is going to take some working through.
And Okorie with a near turnover. I guess with it being an 8-point game with 7 seconds left, the only drama here is, will Okorie hit a 3 to get him to 20 points? Right, that's the drama, to make it 5 games in a row. And they're not even going to let him touch the basketball. It's Kamen from distance. That's no good. And the final seconds are going to tick off. And a stunner at Maples. As Seattle comes into Northern California and knocks off the Cardinal